Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to the Bullfox's Den. How are we doing today? Hopefully, everyone's had a good Wednesday and everything's been pretty well going this week. We are back tonight with some more blueprints because it's a fun game. It's pretty chill. I like playing it. Seems everybody that's watched the episodes has enjoyed it so far. So, give me one moment here and let's get back into it. So we were on day 11. Past 10 days, we've learned a lot of lore about the house. And I know last episode was kind of wonk, but I did my best. We learned a lot of lore. We got some good tips from that drafting book. I'm glad that I made sure to reserve that in the library. So let's see what new rooms we get tonight and what secrets we can reveal. I'm gonna apologize right now. I am terrible as a solo live streamer. I am much better with groups. That's why I stick to pirates and howling. Okay, let's see here. There we go. Which way do we want to go? Let's head west right now. Oh, hey! Our package has arrived. So, what do we get? An amateur lockpick kit, sleeping mask, and gems. Huh! Okay. What does this do? We'll occasionally be able to unlock some normal doors. Well, that's going to come in handy. Oh, hey, I didn't see this before. Utility room fuse box indicators settings. More detailed instructions will be sent by electronic mail to the address the client has provided. Okay, press any button above to activate blue. Press a blue indicator next to a red indicator to activate purple. 5 purple indicators are needed to activate the 6th. Okay then. Please return all correspondence and packages addressed to Denny Ravain to sender, as he is no longer employed with our staff. Oh, looks like we're going to need our magnifying glass if we can find one. I'm really hoping we do get a breaker room fairly early on, because I want to... Ooh! From Dad? Hey, buddy, how's it going up there in that big house? I think most people would be pretty scared being alone for this length of time, but I have a feeling you're doing just fine. I imagine you happy as a clam, perfectly content on the estate with the exploration and opportunities for adventure that present themselves each day. As I'm writing this, you're currently in the garage packing the tent. I wanted to try to post this letter before we depart tomorrow, so that it has a chance to arrive during your first few days on the estate, but with all the preparations, I'm not sure that I'm going to find the time. There's so much I want to say, and I'm sure I'll forget to tell you Friday night. Sometimes it's easier for me to just jot this stuff down. You're yelling at me right now to come bring you a pillowcase. Hold on a second, I'll be right back. I can tell you're really excited, but I think you might be feeling a little guilty about being so happy the day after the funeral. Believe me, I know how long Uncle Herbert worked on setting this up for you, and I know from our conversations just how much happiness this final project brought him. So do both of us a favor. Be excited. The house really is amazing. I know it's been almost 7 years since we were last up there, and I'm really curious to hear just how much you remember from those summer trips. You've always been smarter than me at this kind of thing, so I'm not sure how much guidance or inspiration I can offer you before your trip that will actually be useful to you. Despite my best intentions, I'm sure that on Friday, I'll end up leaving you with a few of my overused cliché expressions when we say for farewell. Later, alligator. Dad. P.S. Get some sleep each night and don't spend all your time each day playing dirigiblocks. You know, we still have yet to actually play dirigiblocks. Yeah, as I was saying, I want to get a breaker room fairly early on, so that way we have it in reserve in case we get any of the rooms that are going to require it. Let me see here. I kind of want to put it in a nook, but I think the hallway is going to be a better choice here. Aha! There is our breaker box. Good, good, good. Okay, so we don't have a garage yet, so I'm not going to bother flipping that just yet. I don't know what this does, so... Aha! Okay. Oh, this is going to be one of those puzzles. Okay, I see. Okay, I don't want to mess with that too much right now. So, let's go see if we can't get any of these rooms. Okay, so I remember don't put the passageway until at least the 5th rank. I don't want to leave any doors that we don't need. So let's go for the nook. I'm going to have to start saving up gems, so I can put the den up soon, but I also want to make sure I have an easy way back to that breaker box. I don't want to put the coat check. So I've already put myself into a corner here. Alright, well, I guess we're just calling day 11 pretty quick. Shame I didn't get to use any of those lockpicks. A cramped bungalow. Alright, let's head east first this time. Go ahead and put the guest bedroom down here. Get ourselves an extra 10 steps and a gym. Awesome. You know, the more I think about it, the more I wonder. Is being crazy a prerequisite to getting a mansion? Or do you get the mansion and then just go crazy? Which one do you think? Okay, so we can put the bedroom in, or we could put security. I'm gonna go ahead with the bedroom. We got ourselves a key. Another key and a die. Okay, cool. Alright, let's put in a parlor, because I don't want to start using gems yet. Grab our wind-up key. Alright, what's our puzzle? Only one box contains gems. Only one box is true. The gems are in the white box. Huh. I'm gonna go with blue. I don't know why, it just seems like the right choice. And it was not. Oh well. You know, it's actually kind of nice. One thing I love about this game is that even if you don't get a puzzle that you feel like you know, you never feel like you were wrong. Even if you lose the puzzle, you don't feel like it's a end of the world kind of situation. You just kind of shrug it off and move on. Alright. So, again, it's painting us into a corner. I don't know why I'm picking the storeroom and picking up all these items when I'm just gonna have to quit again and reset the inventory. I really want to get the garage because I want to see the outside. Beyond just the patio and the courtyard that we've seen already. Hey Knox, how you doing? Awesome. Breaker box right off. Okay, yeah, let's go ahead. We'll break down. We'll go ahead and put the den down. But I'm not just gonna leave this door free floating because I wanna make sure that we've got some sort of connector system. Just in case, so that way we're less likely to paint ourselves into corners like we have been. Alright. Let's go for the storeroom. Because as stress-free as it is, I really hate math and I don't feel like playing with that dartboard. Let's go for the closet. That blocks off a door in our hallway, but that's okay. We're not done yet. Let's go with the drawing room, because that way we may have cut off a door, but if we don't like what we find, we can redraw our blueprints. Yeah, let's go with the security. Alright, so we don't have a key card, so we're still down a door. Let's go with our dark room. Oh no, we've blown a fuse. Whatever shall we do? It's a good thing we have this breaker box in here. Flip. Okay. We also know that we need a magnifying glass for all this because we found all of those pictures with the little clues in them that we couldn't see. Alright, so we don't want to put a furnace in because we want to avoid red rooms for as long as we can. Yeah, let's go for the parlor. Alright, our boxes. The gems are in this box. The gems are not in this box. The gems are not in the white box. You know what, I'm just gonna go with the black. He seems trustworthy. Of course he wasn't. Alright, so a corridor, or pantry, or a bedroom. Well, if I put the corridor or the bedroom, I don't have to worry about that door and security. Pantry will just loop around. And I kinda need the steps, so I'll go with the bedroom. A study. While drafting, you may spend gems to redraw floor plans up to 8 times. Well, that sounds... Yeah, I kind of want to do that. If we can find a steady supply of gems. Alright, let's look around in here. Oh, we have a safe. But I have no combination. And we have another gem. Alright, what is this? Coat, cat, cold, old, sturdy, study, face, ace, beard, bard, lace, acre, craft. Okay, so some sort of rhyming scheme. I don't know if it's possible with so little time left, but I need to remember to ask Anne if we can commission new artwork for all the rooms of the house. We need them produced in sets of 2, a pair for each room. Honestly, I have no idea what I'm thinking. I'm likely delusional to think that this can be pulled off by Thursday. Is that what we're supposed to do with the paintings? We're supposed to match them up? Okay. 99 letters in the message. Face and ace. Unused pairings. Glove, love, sling, sing, crowd, crow, groan, gown, snack, and sack. That, if I am not mistaken, yeah, that is our floor plan. So face and ace. Alright, hold on a second. I think we got enough steps to make it back to our entrance hall. Face and ace. Ah, a face card and an ace card. Okay. So what do we got here? We got a bridge and a bride. That would be our hallway. Somehow, I don't think this room is included on that list. Not that I would know what it would be anyways. Can't think of a pairing for that one. Sand and ampersand. Or sand and. Okay, so a match. You know, I can't think of a tree that would work with match. Do they always have to rhyme? Okay, so they're always going to start and end with the same letter. Huh. Well, that's interesting. Alright. Ah, we've cut off all of our doors again. Okay. So, be on the lookout for the painting pairings. Yeah, let's start with a corridor. Tag and stag. Okay. Pin and pine. Pray and pry. That's a pry bar. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna need the bedroom because we're always gonna need extra steps. Keep that breaker box handy. It cuts off a door, but sometimes that's what you need to do. Let's go for the pantry. Get our banana. Because when exploring mysterious mansions that you inherit from dead uncles, it's very important to keep up your potassium. Do I want to take the hit? I'll go for the courtyard. Alright, so we don't have a shovel out here yet. We do have a sledgehammer. Better than nothing, I suppose. Oh, hey, we have an aquarium. I want an aquarium. I know it's wasting my last gem, but I want to see the aquarium. Oh, that's cool. Fun fact about me, I love aquariums and museums. I just like wandering and taking in the sights. Alright, what do we got? We got the West Wing Hall. And the terrace. Let's do the terrace. Because that way, if we get more green rooms, we don't have to pay a gym cost for them. Alright, we got some coin. Yep, we're definitely going to need to find a shovel. Let's go for the library. And while we're here, what do we got? Alright, so we've done Swimbird and we've done the drafting strategy. Let's go for the EPCW pump system user manual. That might come in handy. The foundation. We have a permanent. I would like a permanent, thank you. And that gets me 2 doors, and for some reason I kind of want to jump in that. Can I even? Let's build a room before we do that. I'm going to be practical. Alright, so we have the boudoir, the spare room, and the kitchen. Let's do the boudoir. You never know what you're going to find in here. Like a safe. Eventually I'll find out the importance of that particular picture. Oh, I've only had 2 gems. Alright. Let's put a closet here, because we don't have a door to the library. And we have a metal detector. Hell yeah. That was fun last time we had it. Alright, so Great Hall and its 7 locked doors. Dining room or the spare room. I'm gonna go with the Great Hall because that's the only one that actually has a... Hello. Okay, so our metal detector says something's up. Alright, we've only got 1 key. And it looks like this is the door I want, yeah. Ha! Okay, I guess not. Alright, well, now that we've done that. Okay, so we can't actually go down there. Alright. Yep, we've run out of doors, but we have a metal detector. Ah, there we go. We got a coin. So let's see if we can't find another key. So we have a cabinet switch, but I'm not sure what that does. Haha! I knew that would come in handy. Our metal detector seems to think there's something behind this door. Ah! It's our antechamber switch. Now those only stay open for 1 day. So that's... Unfortunately, I'm gonna need another key, but at least we know that it's always the same door. Yeah, at this point I just want to run through and see if my metal detector goes off again. Running out of steps. Okay, and we are back to the beginning of the house. And we've officially, for the first time, run out of steps. So that ends the day for us. However, the house might be a little bit different now that we've exhausted ourselves. That sounds ominous. We've made a garden cottage because we had 3 green rooms. Always yes to the library. Yeah, I agree. Every time I get the library, I want to grab it because not just the books, but I like seeing what floor plans it throws at me when I build it. You know, something I haven't actually tried yet. I never actually tried going outside. Okay, so we can't get through the gate. Ah, hey, bird. Well, well. Why didn't I think of this sooner? You know, I said back when we started playing that I played a lot of games like Myst and Seventh Guest. This really should have been the first thing I did. Alright, it's dark as hell, and I don't have any way to light a torch. Alright. So, what is through this gate? Huh. Well, okay then. Another locked gate. Oh, hello. I guess this is where I'm sleeping at night. Campsite. Due to the rules set forth in your great-uncle's will, you are not allowed to stay in the estate overnight. Luckily, however, your scouting skills have been put to good use to fabricate a very respectable off-site sleeping quarters. You may call it a day at any time from the blueprint menu to return to campsite for the night. Okay. Yeah, so this is just where I'm chilling when I'm not on the estate. Oh, hey, we have a little orchard. Okay. So, I either need the combination or my sledgehammer. Being the type of guy that I am, I'm really hoping we find a sledgehammer today, and that I still have enough steps to get back out here. Does this guy live in a nuclear bunker? The hell's with all the reinforced steel doors? Uncle Herbert, you were weird. Alright, let's see here. Let's go for the dining room, because that always has a chance to actually have items in it. Rather than the corridor, which is just going to have straight shot to a door. Breaker box. I didn't even need to think about that. I'm going to keep that breaker box on as long as I can. Let's go for the closet. Alright, we got a die and a key card. Awesome. So if we run into any security doors, we will be ready. I know the foundation is 3 doors, but I'm still going to go ahead and put the hallway, because I want to make sure we have as many chances as possible to get some useful rooms. Don't have the gems for the commissary. Yeah, let's go for the chapel. I don't have any money, so we didn't take the hit. Is there anything laying around this time? Nope. Alright. I still don't have the gems. Alright, we'll put a storeroom in here. Going for the kitchen. First time I've been in the kitchen, I think, actually. What we got here? The Mount Holly kitchen menu. Banana, club sandwich, chef's salad. Plus 5 steps for every green room in your house. Plus 15 steps, plus 3 steps. Today's main course, wood-fired pizza. Plus 20 steps, plus an additional 10 steps if we have a furnace in the house. Summer truffle sauce smothered in fontina cheese, wild mushrooms, and spiced salami. That sounds delicious, and now I want pizza. Alright, well, I don't have any money, so unfortunately I can't get any of these delicious items. But if we happen to come into a small fortune, in the next 42 steps. And then we'll head back and we'll grab that club sandwich. Alright, we'll put in the parlor because that's the only one that's not gonna put us at a dead end or backtrack us. This box is the white box. This box is the black box. The blue box contains the gems. Alright, let's take your word for it. Alright, so we got our gems. Pantry, corridor, or the laboratory. Let's go with the laboratory. Alright, yeah, I did read these last time. Yeah, I really don't know how to feel about the freezer. I did not like the fact that it froze my items. Alright, so we don't have a boiler room, so we can't do anything there. The archives, the passageway, or the drawing room. Well, if we go with the drawing room, we spend both a gem and we cut off our foundation. But if we go with the archives, we still have to... Yeah, let's go with the archives. Sure, we can't see our third blueprint, but it does get us a quick shortcut through the house. We still have another door to open. We can actually use both doors this time. Awesome. Library. Easy choice. Alright. Let's look at our book. The EPCW Pump System User Manual. Pool Series 8. The EPCW pump system is engineered specifically for the luxury requirements of today's indoor, in-ground swimming pools and spa. The EPCW system is also expandable, allowing you to use multiple pumps to control the water flow and volume to several different designated tanks and aquatic house features, be it an aquarium, fountain, or good old-fashioned swimming pool. Alright, so we have the water level indicators, source levels, and selection buttons. The water control panel. Whether you're using a single tank system or an array of pumps, the water control panel serves as a central hub to your EPCW system. The panel is fitted with a number of buttons equal to your own home's needs, one button for each different water source on the estate. The function is simple. Press a button to select the water source you would like to adjust. For example, if you wish to drain or fill your pool, simply press the button labeled Pool. Regardless of the number of pumps or water sources being used, water can only be adjusted from a source if its corresponding button is selected. After you have selected a source using the water control panel, the next step is to set the pump associated with that source to pump either in or out. This will initiate water flow to or from one of your supply tanks. To the tank, to the selected source, pump lever, the pump tank switch. The pump may be connected to more than one tank, allowing you to store and retrieve even more water, recommended for cleaning larger Olympic-sized pools. In these cases, the tank the pump is using can be changed by the simple flip of a switch. Quick Start Guide. Use water control panel to select water source. Use pump lever to set water flow direction. Alright, so simple a monkey could do it. Watch me fail. Alright, so servants' quarters, secret passage, or an archive floor plan. I only have one bedroom, so this will only give me one key. But do I want to take the risk with the archive floor plan? Let's go for it. Ah! A conference room. Okay. Awesome. What do we got here? Save code 9083. You are not handwritten. You are a filthy lie. Do not try to deceive me, harlot. Spreading items. Some special rooms allow you to spread items throughout your house. When items are spread, they are immediately placed in several of the rooms currently on your estate. However, if you have a conference room, spread items are gathered in that room instead. Now that is handy. Oh, hey! Well, aren't we lucky that we actually managed to get that? Garage has 3 keys. Did we make a breaker room? We have a breaker room. Alright. So let me grab these keys real quick. 36 steps. Alright. We gotta go through the foundation, but we can do it. Because now that we have our garage and our breaker room, that means we can open up that door. Alright, let me see if the guest bedroom will still pop us those 10 steps, or if that's just the first time we do it. Alright, that's just the first time, so we just wasted some steps. But that's okay. Sometimes, in the spirit of exploration, you have to sacrifice. Okay, is there a switch? Yes, there is. Okay, we have a ladder. Hello. A shrine, a hovel, or the archive floor plan. Make an offering, receive a blessing. Special floor plans now cost additional steps instead of gems. I want to go with the hovel for right now. Notice of termination. Dear Mr. Ravane, your half-hearted dedication and maintenance of the grounds have been greatly appreciated. However, I regret to inform you that your services as groundskeeper at Mount Holly will no longer be required, effective immediately. This decision has been made after careful consideration and is based upon repeated observations and documented instances of neglect in the performance of your duties. The state of the green rooms in particular has deteriorated significantly over the last few months, which reflects poorly on the rest of the staff. You are required to vacate the hovel by the 20th of March, ensuring all tools and equipment belonging to the estate are returned to the tool shed in good condition. Your final wages will be settled promptly upon completion of these instructions. We thank you for your time and service and wish you the best in your future endeavors. Ann Babbage, House Manager. They're big mad. Yeah, that is like the most polite fuck you I have read in a while. Oh shit, we got bear traps and we can't use them? So I don't know if this is a permanent or if this switches out. But I do like that until we actually get inside the estate, like the hovel or the front steps. We don't use steps when we're exploring, so that's a good plus. Okay, so we can't go anywhere else here. Alright, so we've got 9 steps. We can get to the conference room with 7. There is no way we're making the antechamber, which is 7 steps. Passageway would require 6, which means we'd basically get in there and immediately fall asleep. Let's go with the archived. And it gives us a latrine. Okay. I know, I'm pushing it, but I really want to see what else we can get today. Aha! Ha ha ha! Okay, so it's not really going to help us, but we could put the bunk room, which counts as 2 bedrooms. But then we don't have anywhere else to go after that. Eh. Alright, so that got us some steps back. And we don't have another way. Okay, well. So I guess we'll see if the hovel stays or not. I think this will be our last night on this run, because we are coming up on an hour stream. And I did promise that once I streamed one more blueprint, I was gonna go ahead and also stream Oblivion. But I don't know if I want to take you guys through character creation or just create a character and then stream the day after I create the character, so that way we can just skip that whole thing. What do you guys think? Okay, so the outer room doesn't stay. So we don't have our hovel anymore. Alright, so I'm going to put the corridor here. Alright, there's our breaker box. Yeah, that's kind of my thinking, is character creation can be fun just to see what the people do. But at the same time, Oblivion is so old at this point, it's not like there's really anything new to it. I did get the deluxe edition, so we've got Shivering Isles at least, and I know Knights of the Nine. I don't know if Wizard's Tower and the Bruma Castle came with that or not. So I'm gonna check into that. But yeah, mostly this is just, you know, revisit a game that everybody had fun with and see how the graphics and everything have been updated. See what else they did with it. So maybe I'll just do character creation so that way we can just see all the fun little stuff that we've been given by the mighty Todd Howard, god of It Just Works. Okay, let's see. Fuck it, we'll put a chapel. don't like red rooms because they actually penalize you way more than they can actually do anything else, but... Haha! Coat check. So now we get our compass back. So as long as I can get back to the coat check before I run out of steps this run... Alright, so basically anything I put here... yeah, let's redraw. Get another key. Hello. Huh. Oh, hi. Where were you when I needed you the last run? Alright, so I don't want to put the mail room because that's just gonna block us off and end our run early. So let's put the bedroom. Hello. A spare set of car keys. So now if we get into the garage, we can finally see what's in that car. But we gotta get to the garage. I don't want to use a key yet. Yep, I had a feeling. The billiard room, the secret passage. We're gonna go with the gymnasium, but we're not gonna step through it yet. Sorry about that. Okay, so that's locked. We'll need another key. Guest bedroom. Let's get us some more steps. And another gym. Alright, so it's a good thing we got that guest bedroom. Because I want to go all the way back down. This is why I put the corridor so I could cut down on those steps. Gets my breaker box. Turn the lights in the gym off. I feel like we need a faster method of getting through the rooms. They should just give us a scooter. I want to just run a razor through this place. Alright, so we turn the lights in the gym off, which means we do not lose the additional steps this time. Are those running shoes? Running shoes! Occasionally save steps when traveling longer distances across the estate and grounds. Yes! Thank you. Alright, so that's locked. Alright, so the parlor, the nursery, or the passageway. Let's do the passageway. Alright, so that's locked. That one's locked. This one is not locked. Alright, awesome. The patio. Or the dark room. Or the parlor. Let's go with the parlor, so that way we don't get the risk of the dark room, but we do manage to still keep going north. Eventually, I would like to put a great hall, get a key, and get that. Get that antechamber opened up, so maybe we can see. Of course it's locked. Alright, so if we can get to the dining room, maybe we can get ourselves the servants' quarters. Nope, that's a locked door too. Okay. Do we have any other doors? Nope. We were so close to getting to rank 9 too. Okay. Yeah, I think I'm gonna call it here. So, rather than call it a day, we're gonna save and quit. Ah, we were a charming cottage. We got to rank 7. We had a new room. Alright, well, thank you everyone for joining me. I hope you enjoyed the run. So, like I said, I'm gonna go ahead and rest up tonight, because it's already 10:03. But I guess I will start streaming Oblivion tomorrow, or perhaps Saturday. Don't forget, Friday night is game night on Pirates of the Geek Vortex. Don't forget that you can join us over there at Olaf Productions. That's OLLAMH Productions. And every final Friday of every month is game night. Anyone who is in chat can go ahead and join us in the Jackbox games. We give out the room codes so that anyone can join. You can watch as the audience and participate if you feel like voting but not actually interacting with the game. We always have a lot of fun. I will be here next Tuesday at 9 o'clock EST with Howling into the Void. I don't know if Rascalin will be joining us, but I know that I'm going to try to get Lily on stream. I know Chrissy will be there. If we're lucky, we might even have an Argost. Who knows? So, don't forget to join the Discord if you like. Follow us on Instagram, Blue Sky, and even X or Twitter, depending on which you like. The Twitter will be my personal account. DenofTheBullFox does not have a Twitter account because I do not feel like giving him a professional courtesy. So, everything is in the link below, except for the link to Olaf Productions. I really need to get back into that. And then don't forget, Saturday night, not this Saturday, because he is previously indisposed, and we'll be running a rerun. But Saturday nights at 10 o'clock Central on WEFT. Yes, WEFT. And again, I'll put the link below. That will be Rascalin's show Over the Edge. He plays industrial goth music, and everybody likes Rascalin, right? He's a fun guy. He's our resident vegan vampire. And with that, I'm going to stop rambling. Good night, everybody.